Hi everyone, Kate here with a very enthusiastic book review talking about The Pink Motel by Carol Ryrie Brink. Thank you very much to Echo Point Books and Media who provided me this review copy. It was so generous and I really appreciate it, especially because now I have a new favorite book to have in my library. The Pink Motel, in case you don't recognize Carol Ryrie Brink's name, she wrote the Family Grandstand series that I just fell in love with last year. And then in January, I read and loved The Winter Cottage. And actually, do I have my copy? Oh, I have my camera on it, The Winter Cottage. And then also Caddy Woodlawn. And I have really enjoyed everything that I have read by Carol Ryrie Brink, except for actually Two of a Kind, which is one of the harder ones to find. But it was lent me by my lovely friend Melissa. So then I was not as sad though that it was so hard to get a hold of because I didn't fall in love with it like I have every other book by Carol Ryrie Brink. So The Pink Motel is all about Kirby and Bitsy, who are a brother and sister, and their great uncle Hiram passes away, and he bequeaths his pink motel in Florida to their family. So during Christmas break, Kirby and Bitsy and their mother and father travel down to Florida, and they're going to kind of turn over the pink motel to someone in the next month or so while Kirby and Bitsy have a school break, and they come and they want to clean it out, air it out, and then try to figure out, who the ownership is going to pass to. And when they show up and they see how bright pink it is, they're like, oh no, this motel is only going to attract unusual people. I don't know about this. If we can keep it this color, I think we need to paint it a different color so we don't have such unconventional guests. And the office is really unorganized. And whenever they need something from the desk, they send Kirby to hunt for it. And Kirby can tell there are just some kind of mysterious elements happening at the Pink Motel. And then the guests start to show up. And I love the eccentric nature of many of these guests. There's one woman who is an older artist, and she's always baking amazingly delicious things and sharing it with Kirby and Bitsy. Then there is a family who want to come and suntan, and they don't want to be disturbed, and their daughter needs to suntan as well. Things change quickly because she becomes friends with Kirby and Bitsy. There are two mysterious men in suits, and they seem like they are up to no good. Kirby is immediately suspicious of them. There's a young woman with 3 prize-winning poodles, and Kirby and Bitsy. And then, oh no, what is his name? They make a friend, Big. That's what they call him, Big. And make friends with Big. And what's interesting is Big is a Black character in a book that was written in 1957. And so props to Carol Ryrie Brink. I almost wonder if she got some pushback for that at the time, but I really, really loved seeing that and, seeing that children in the 50s would have read this. So I really appreciated that element of the book. And eventually you do meet Big's mother and her sisters. And later on at the end, I think you meet his dad as well. So a really cool element out of 1950s literature that I was not expecting. And then in addition to that, there's one other guest I'm forgetting. Well, there's one who carves weather vanes, and that's how he earns his room and board, as he puts the weather vanes on top of here. And it just was so slice of life, delightfully. You're going through the day to day with this eccentric cast of characters, and then there is a sort of mystery element that is unfolding. Kirby knows something needs to be figured out. We need to, something. Not all things are as they seem. And another thing that made this book such an enchanting experience is that there were illustrations throughout. So here he is. This is the older lady who I said was the artist, and she is Miss Fairy is her name. And yeah, the illustrations just made it so captivating. And then here they are with Miss Fairy and their friend Big, and looking at some coconut shells and figuring out how to open the coconut. Big shows them how to open the coconut. And then here is Mr. and Mrs. Brown and their daughter Sandra. So Sandra is sunbathing and she's looking kind of bored, and they ask her if she wants to go walk the poodles with them. And then a magician shows up, and he is Marvello the Magnificent. there he is. So just a really interesting cast of characters. And so kind of a year ago, I read a middle grade book, or I tried a middle grade book that was set at a hotel, kind of a similar setup. And it ended up just really boring me, right? They're all staying in one location. I can get restless if a book stays in one location. So then when I heard about the Pink Motel, I got very, very hopeful. And I thought, I want it to be quirky. I want it to be slice of life. And I want it to be full of fun. And this is exactly what the Pink Motel was. There's a big kind of climax at the end that happens all during a talent show. They're doing a talent show at the Pink Motel and having, locals come and watch their talent show and trying to, raise some extra money. And I just can't recommend this enough. It doesn't have the most kind of emotional depth that you would see in middle grade literature, but that's not what it's trying to do. It's trying to be this fun, compelling, very plot-driven story, and it does that. It does that very, very well. So I hope that some of you might try the Pink Motel and just enjoy its delightful, delightful feel and the storytelling and just the interesting characters and the very balmy Florida feel to it. So yes, thank you as always for watching, and I will be back with another video soon. Bye!